We're so excited to get started with the Big Ten. It's, that's, I mean, that's what you train all year for is to get going in this conference and play an Ohio State team. That's just really difficult to prepare for. A lot of teams, you know what you're going to get. They're fastballs down the middle. But when you play in Ohio State, it's a lot of curveballs coming at you, a lot of knuckleballs. You're not quite sure what you're going to get with them, and more times than not, it's met an incredible match in the past. We've had some epic battles with them, and I'm sure that'll be the same this year. And we're excited to get going. Marquette. I liked what we saw. We knew, it was more, I think, than double what their biggest crowd has ever been. So that we knew we were going to be playing a team that was going to be, incredibly hyped for that game. It's, two teams that are, hour and a half down the road. We knew, and against a really good team. It's, the scores of those last two sets I don't think are indicative of how good I think Marquette is, especially offensively. I thought we weathered the storm really well at the beginning of that match. And then we finished the first set really strong, and that was something that we didn't do the previous week. That's, of being able to finish strong, to play clean. I thought, to end that first set on a 5-0 run, a couple blocks there, I thought we just played really well defensively. And then I thought we just, we kept playing clean throughout the match. I thought that was probably our best defensive effort of the year in that match up to that point. The following day, we played 11 o'clock in the morning. And so, when you have that kind of fast turnaround, you're really going up against an opponent that you're not giving your kids a whole lot of information. It's too tough of a turnaround to give a full scouting report. So you give them just, the bare essence of what you have. And on top of that, we went with a different lineup than what we traditionally go with. And so it wasn't a recipe for us to just play and clean necessarily. But what I really liked about that Saturday morning match is, when things weren't, we had players that just they didn't start the way that I'm sure that they would have wanted, but they kind of grinded, they stuck with it, and in many cases, players, either when they spent some time on the bench in the middle of the match or didn't start when they have been, they came back later on and played really well. And, I think that for a couple of them in their past, if they didn't start out real well, they weren't going to find a way to get out of it and play well the latter part of the match. And we had quite a few players that did that. And I thought that's growth. And so that's what you're wanting is that, not necessarily that you're going to be playing. You're just not going to play great for 2 hours. The point is, can you recover if you start off slow, and can you find a way to play well later on? I thought there was a lot of instances where we did that. I thought Grace did that on Friday really well. I thought Madison did that really well on Saturday. Tiana came off the bench and played real well. I thought we got a real good play out of Danielle throughout the match. So those were some things that we felt pretty good about. We've got to continue to get better defensively. I mean, I think that's an area that we've got to get a little bit better with. I'm not sure we passed the ball as well as what we needed to this past weekend, but probably the biggest thing is just being able to do a little bit better out of system. Our out of system attacking has got to get a little bit better, and our out of system setting. I thought we put our hitters into some tough situations with how we were setting this past weekend, and it's been better the first 3 weeks than what it was this past weekend. And, I thought, that showed with our hitting percentage. I don't think our hitting percentage with our left sides was as much to do with their attacking as it was with our everybody but Sydney stepping in there and putting them giving them a hittable ball. I thought we set them over and over and over again, and that led for a lot of attacking errors that we shouldn't be having. So that's probably a big area that we've got to get better on this week. They're excited about playing. They're, I think there's enthusiasm for what we can become, and with a drive and an understanding of what we've got to get better at. I mean, this isn't a group that you have to pump up, to make them believe in themselves. It's not something, they want to know where they're at and what they've got to get better at. And, I think they take about every opponent very similar. I think I don't know. I would guess when I get in the gym today that it's going to be a group that's just going to be excited about the next phase that's in front of them. I don't think we took last weekend with the right approach, and we played better than what we did the previous weekend. I think there's probably an appreciation and understanding of what Ohio State can bring to the table, and I think they're excited about having those guys at home. So I would guess that's what we're going to see.